What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we're going to talk about 8 questions you should be asking if you're considering migrating to a new kingdom. Because let me tell you, it is a big decision to decide whether or not you're going to go to a new place. Let's make sure you end up somewhere good. If you like Rise of Kingdoms videos where we help you optimize your gameplay, you should like and subscribe because every day we put out a new video covering those topics, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. We're going to walk through 8 questions you should be asking about a kingdom that you're considering going to, and we're going to answer all those questions for the Smash Squad Kingdom because, my friends, we are still recruiting and we do have some room. So I'll give you some samples of what I think a good answer might look like, and I'll be very transparent about the reality for Kingdom 75, which is where we are. So let's get right into the very first question, which is the kingdom united? Is the kingdom united? This is an important one. Have they been at war recently with each other? How'd their KVKs go? Those are all the sorts of things that indicate how united the kingdom may or may not be. One of the best indications that a kingdom is particularly united is around whether or not there is a king rotation. And if there's not a king rotation, why is it that it's not rotating? So, for instance, the reason that we don't have a king rotation in Kingdom 75 is that we rock daily and we're on our way to this cadence. It's a little less than daily because sometimes you stagger for events. We do daily kingdom buffs, and I'm gemming those. Other folks from the Alliance are gemming those. So that's a not cheap thing. So we are doing that daily. That'll be a question we'll ask in a bit as well. But is the kingdom unified is an important question. You're going to want the answer to that because a kingdom that is not unified can be a pretty scary place. The second question I would ask, and I've already sort of answered this for Kingdom 75, is how often are the kingdom buffs? How do you decide when those are firing off? We do and are on our way to daily kingdom buffs. So that means that we do favorable weather, which is the resource production buff, if there is not an event, and we basically decide what we're going to do at reset. This is something that's new-ish to Kingdom 75. We started doing that this week, where reset hits, we look at the events, and then say, okay, what kingdom buff is it going to be? Sometimes this is impacted by whether or not there's an event coming up. So for instance, we had an event that was related to, I think, research and building and troop training. We didn't have any good rune in the evening, so we waited till midday. Boom, we fired off the science buff midday because we got a 15% rune. That was really awesome. But then we had to skip a day of buffs because we knew that we were about to get a troop training event, Mighty Governors, just around the corner. So all that to say, understand what the buff schedule is, and if they don't have one, that's an indication that maybe the kingdom is a little bit less organized. Question number 3. What are the rules for Mighty Governor? These are important to understand. Can you farm during the Mighty Governor event, or are you at jeopardy? Is your city at risk? In Kingdom 75, we've got some pretty clear rules. We're following in the footsteps of JWM, which is, I think, the most powerful alliance in the game, if not one of the most powerful. I haven't actually looked at the numbers recently or seen who's calculating that. They limit the amount of points you can earn from the kill event portion of Mighty Governor to 20 million because you should be doing all of that resourcing, spending of resources, and all of that battling during KVK, not in pissing matches with other members of your alliance. Or I guess, if you're dueling, that would be other members of your alliance. It could be people from other alliances. You get the idea. You want, as a kingdom, to be building toward a KVK, not wasting your resources on each other. For that reason, 20 million points in the kill event is the limit in Kingdom 75. I'm dragging on. Let's go to the next question, which is, which commanders are on the wheel? Which commanders are in Mighty Governor? Right now, in Kingdom 75, we've got Attila in the Mighty Governor cycle, and I can show you what that looks like here. There he is. And we've got Takeda on the wheel. Takeda has shown up once. Then we had a general wheel. Then we had a card king. And Takeda should be coming up this next week. You should keep track of who's on the wheel just to see which commanders you might be investing in, if that's a thing you're doing. Also worth mentioning that, okay, if you're not spending on those commanders and you're worried about having missed some commanders, I suspect most will show up in Card King, and for us, many already do show up in Card King, so if there's an older commander you want to catch up on, it will be available to you very likely. The next question I would ask is, which alliance would I end up joining, and what shrines do they have? I'll put up onto the screen the shrine distribution for Kingdom 75. Some of this is changing around a little bit, but it gives you an idea of the level of organization we have around the shrines and holy sites in the kingdom. We actually, if you can believe it, are building a shell now. It's SY. The tech is really good because it was previously a farming alliance. It's nearly maxed at this point. We have all of our farmers in SY building out a really great footprint so that an alliance can come in and take over this shell. If that's something that you're interested in, by the way, you should send a message to Long May He Reign. Optimally, we're looking for folks that are 35 million power and under, because we don't want to push too hard on our Imperium requirement. So if you're from a younger kingdom looking to go to an older kingdom, this could potentially be good for you to get some Zone 3 space. We are looking to make another fighting alliance here. Understanding the territory is really important, which is why I was sort of showing this particular screen and why I threw those shrines up on the screen. The next question I would ask is there a kingdom Discord? Is there a Kingdom Discord? We have one for Kingdom 75. Our good friend Instagrim from LG put that together. Instagrim has been amazing for putting together Discord servers for a whole bunch of folks for Rise of Kingdoms. He is the person who has put a ton of work into my personal Discord. Link is in the description. Also, Kingdom 75 Discord, so much appreciated, and thank you again. The reason that Discord is important is that we announce all the big stuff both in Discord and in-game, because the in-game announcements are good, but many people turn off the notifications for Rise of Kingdoms, because there'd be a lot of them if you were getting like every rally that was happening, for instance. So Discord is really good for notifications. Is why I'd recommend it very, very highly, and it's a showing of maturity of a kingdom that they have that level of organization. The next question that you should be asking is, what languages are spoken primarily? In Kingdom 75, we speak primarily English. I would love for us to get some diversity into here, actually. It would be amazing to get an alliance that is primarily based in a different part of the world into SY. Honestly, it would be amazing to have, like, I know there's a bunch of Korean alliances now because the game launched in Korea recently. Be cool to get a bunch of folks in here that are based in that part of the world. And the reason that is so important, besides the fact that I think diversity makes us stronger, I think that having the ability to wage war on a 24/7 basis is very, very, very powerful. So I would love to get a group that is not primarily English speaking into SY that is located from a different part of the world here to in part diversify the kingdom, but also to give us more coverage during more times of the day. Okay, let's go to the next question, which is, will I get to play Ark of Osiris? This is a pretty important question if you're migrating into a kingdom. Right now, we actually, in Wolf, are using about 2/3 of our slots for Ark of Osiris for the Smash Squad, and 1/3 of the slots for people who are in the kingdom for a very long time. And we're sort of giving them a test run during our off season to say, hey, like, here's an opportunity to show how awesome you are at Ark, and like, we'd love to have you as a part of the backup crew for the Smash Squad, or as a part of the main crew if you're awesome. So we're doing that testing now. We're using the off season in that way, which I think is really powerful. But it's also worth mentioning, detour here for a Smash Squad update. Our Ark of Osiris team is about 3/4 of the way recruited for. We've been recruiting really, really slowly because there are a bunch of amazing players that are trickling in that are just finding out, like, oh, hey, this is a thing I'd want to do. And like, just to name a few players that like have showed up well after when we started the Smash Squad project, but are amazing additions, include Collar, Whitey Smash, let's see here, Abe and Zizhen, and Genex, and now I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, Negan, gosh darn it, I gotta go watch that video again, among others, like, have joined the kingdom way later than when we kicked off the Smash Squad, so I feel really good about having moved slowly to recruit. Anyways, if you want to join the Smash Squad and you're like 70 million power and probably 2 million dead troops plus and have some pretty solid commanders, send me, actually not me, send Long May He Reign a message, get in on the action. One other thing I forgot to mention that I wanted to add is that we organize across the entire kingdom for anyone who wants to get into Ark of Osiris. So this is a sample email I have here where each of the alliances is sort of listed and we show what time their Ark is. And if you don't get into your alliance's main Ark squad for that week, or you can't do the time they've chosen, you just go over to one of the other alliances and can jam with them. And we make that really easy to go and do. Let's go to the next question. Is there a schedule for Guardian farming? And I think I extended this to 9 questions. I keep doing that. Like, as I do a video, I come up with more stuff. Is there a schedule for Guardian farming? This is an important question because at one point in Kingdom 51, I was farming something like 2.4 million plus experience a day. Just running around killing Guardians, which is kind of nuts. It's a huge amount of experience. Just going and killing the Guardians at the Lost Temple is a solid like 100,000 experience per commander, I think, that you're bringing to that party. So is there a schedule? We have a schedule in Kingdom 75. We rock the Guardians at reset and then 1400. So hopefully you have found this video helpful. Migrating kingdoms is a really, really big deal. You should put some pretty serious thought into where you are going and whether or not it makes sense for you to go to another kingdom. And as you're evaluating a kingdom, I hope these questions are helpful to you. I'm going to pin this video in this Kingdom 75 migration Discord. It's really the Smash Squad Discord. I'll have a link in the description for that. If you're interested in coming to Kingdom 75, come on in, send us a message. We've got room for like 20 people in NL right now. We've got room for a few folks in Wolf, actually, some spaces that we're opening up. So consider joining us in Wolf. And also, we've got a shell here that is actually open for business. We're still expanding that territory, but we would like to get another alliance of folks into SY and possibly a few other places, but let's maybe start there. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.